Hi guys, it's Mark Zicree, Mr. Sci-Fi, also known as Mark Zicree of Space Command, and I wanted to give you an update as to what's going on. First of all, I just renewed my license, which expired on my birthday, unbeknownst to me, so I spent a couple of very pleasant hours at the DMV. The good part is that when you're a writer, you can bring your computer and you can bring your brain, and it isn't downtime. So that was great, terrific, working on Space Command. So basically, here's where everything stands. The next couple months are going to be extremely busy. We have a full visual effects team now working. Because of our successful crowdfunding campaign and selling shares last month, we raised the money where we're now just moving full steam ahead, doing visual effects for the second half hour of Space Command, so we can premiere the full hour of Space Command at the C21 Drama Summit in London in November. So also what we're going to be doing is giving out to every attendee. We're co-sponsoring the event. We're screening the hour of the pilot, of the 2-hour pilot, during a lunch break where we'll be providing lunch to everyone. We're basically positioning ourselves to sell Space Command as a series because all the buyers will be there. Netflix, Amazon, Hulu, everyone. So we'll see what happens. We're also going to have, we're making a comic book, the first Space Command comic book, which will be in every attendee's bag. Additionally, if you've been a supporter of Space Command, we are going to send that as a downloadable file to everyone who is subscribed to Space Command. If you want to buy a physical copy, you can, maybe a signed copy. We'll figure that out. The cover is by Ian McCaig, our wonderful Space Command designer, character designer, who, here we are in Los Angeles, it's a car town, and but Ian McCaig designed our many of our characters. He also designed Darth Maul and Queen Amidala and Rocket Raccoon in Guardians of the Galaxy and the villain in the current Avengers film, and on and on. He's worked on Harry Potter, so he's a legend. So he's doing our front cover. Steve Saffel, who's a friend of mine, who's a senior editor at Titan Books, I had breakfast with him at the World Science Fiction Convention a few weeks ago, and he said, why did you make the first Space Command comic book an homage to the weird science comics of the 50s? And that was such a terrific idea, because it had phenomenal artwork by Al Williamson and Frank Frazetta and many other artists, Wally Wood, and they adapted stories by Ray Bradbury, and Ray and I actually talked about that, and he signed several of my copies of the original Weird Science comics. So Ian's doing the cover that will be an homage to Weird Science, and the back cover will be by the amazing William Stout, another brilliant artist whose work I've loved for many years and whom I've known for many years. And so he'll be doing the back cover, and then we have an interior story that's a direct prequel to the pilot. So my idea is, of course, that every novel, every comic book, everything will be canon and will fit into the larger storyline. So that's what we're doing. And meantime, I'm about to go to New York Comic-Con for the first time, so I can meet my my East Coast fans. We're going to have a Space Command table there, so definitely if you're at New York Comic-Con, come up and say hi. We'll be giving out free posters, we'll be selling t-shirts and stuff, and God knows what. And Kasturi Anderson, who's going to be in Great Solar War, is going to be there, and Ian McCaig is currently drawing her character, designing her character. She'll be playing Bill Mummy's granddaughter, interestingly enough, so it's going to be really cool. And so she's Greg Mazzy, the character's Greg Mazzy. He's sort of the Steve Jobs of androids, essentially. And so it's going to be fabulous. So we're going to be at New York Comic-Con, then I'm going to be a judge at the Welsh Film Festival in Wales. Elaine and I are being flown there. Then I'm going to the Albany Star Trek Convention, and then to the C21 Drama Summit. I'll also be a panelist at the Scripted Conference here in Los Angeles in November, where, again, the network executives and the executives from different platforms go. And so it's just phenomenal. We now have the Space Command store open, so if you want your own Space Command jackets or models of the Paladin or patches, etc., we'll be selling those. You can go onto the Space Command series. It's www.spacecommandseries.com, and you can buy your own wonderful Space Command stuff. My YouTube channel, Mr. Sci-Fi, I got a tour of the YouTube space. I now have access to the YouTube space, which includes studios, equipment, post-production facilities, amazing stuff. And because I have over 15,000 subscribers on Mr. Sci-Fi, I'm allowed like 1 shooting day and 3 post-production days per month. But if I get up above 100,000, we could probably shoot all of Space Command at the YouTube facilities. So that's the goal. So I brought aboard someone from YouTube to build that following, both on YouTube and on Facebook. So first of all, if you want to reach out to your friends and have them become subscribers, or if you're, if you know of a science fiction website or podcast or whatever that could put out a shout out for that, that'd be great. I'd love that. It's a very noisy day here in Los Angeles. I'm walking back from the DMV, so but that would be terrific. That'd be very helpful. We're also about to announce the Space Command spacesuit contest. We're doing a ton of stuff, and additionally, with the Mr. Sci-Fi YouTube posts, there may be some changes coming soon where we'll be posting smaller videos. So if I do a long commentary, it'll be broken up into smaller pieces that'll be released maybe daily. Again, that's part of the strategy to build subscribers, so I can utilize the YouTube space more fully, and then just many other things have been going on. It was very fun to write the Space Command comic book script. I really enjoyed it, and I met with Maya Bonhoeff on the Space Command novel, so I'm giving her notes, and so the novel will be available very soon. That's essentially a novelization of the 2-hour pilot. It just keeps going. We're going to make the hour available to our fans and backers, and again, this is all toward having the money to continue finishing Space Command, shooting more episodes, all of that. As you know, I've written 8 hours the first 12-hour season, and just very eager to shoot more. We're talking with Nichelle Nichols' people about shooting a scene with her. We're planning on shooting the rest of the second 2-hour story, Forgiveness, in January with Christina Moses, who's now starring in A Million Little Things and just played a werewolf in the originals. And before that, of course, she played Sulu's daughter in World Enough in Time, the Star Trek episode we did that was nominated for the Hugo and the Nebula, which you can watch in its entirety on Mr. Sci-Fi. And so these are just some of the things that are happening. Many, many, many adventures, many wonderful things. As I mentioned, Kasturi Anderson will be playing, Bill Mumy's granddaughter in Great Solar War, and we also Gigi Edgley is now aboard Space Command, and many, many other wonderful actors. I went to the Star Trek convention and talked to Brett Spiner and Jonathan Frakes and Gates McFadden and on, LeVar Burton, etc. And I will be getting together with them individually and having lunches and seeing what we can do to perhaps collaborate on Space Command. And beyond that, there's some announcements that will be coming down the pike. Rockney O'Bannon and I are going to be co-creating a series. Rock created Farscape and Alienation and Sequest and Defiance and Cult, and we've known each other since the Twilight Zone days when we worked together on the new Twilight Zone. But many more things to come. But if you have questions, or if you'd like to buy Space Command shares, every little bit helps, or you can support us on Patreon. So feel free to call me at 323-363-1259, or email me at markzickery@gmail.com. Subscribe to Mr. Sci-Fi, become a friend on my Facebook page and Twitter feed and all of that stuff, all the modern 21st century stuff. And we'll be talking again real soon. But this is very exciting. I'm very, very glad to have you as part of this adventure. It wouldn't be possible without you, and onward into the future, and keep watching this space. Talk soon. Bye-bye.